Hello, 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 and happy Friday. Or, as we say here on the morning show, happy Friday. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Sally and Tony. I was just sharing the live out. Let me just finish doing that. Okay. How's everybody doing? The weekend has arrived. It will be here in less than 24 hours. So how you doing? How's your Friday? What you got planned? Curious minds want to know. Good morning, Kathy Hand. Good morning, Deirdre. So share, share, share. Let's hear some yays this morning. Anybody got a yay for me? I'm looking for Kuan Yin. There she is. She was trying to hide. Okay, so let's see what the angel message was. Welcome to December, the new beginning, a new month. And Sally's Friday is its Elegant's first festive Friday. We're open till 8 p.m. Oh, awesome. Thank you for sharing, Andrea. All right, so the angels talked about closings and openings last night. Life is about not knowing, having to change, taking the moment and making the best of it without knowing what's going to happen next. And that was Gilda Radner. As the day unfolded and eventually came to an end, I was acutely aware that we were closing out the chapter known as November. As we walk forward to new beginnings, trust becomes an essential companion on our journey. Often the path ahead may be shrouded in uncertainty, and doubts may arise. However, by cultivating an unwavering trust in the divine plan and the wisdom of the universe, we can navigate uncharted territories with grace and courage. Remember, the universe conspires in our favor, guiding us toward our highest potential, even when the way forward seems obscure. Dear angels, new beginnings offer us the opportunity for personal transformation. As we shed old layers of thought patterns, limiting beliefs, and outdated behaviors, we pave the way for our authentic selves to emerge. By embracing the potential of new beginnings, we tap into our innate strength, resilience, and creativity, enabling us to manifest our deepest desires and live a life aligned with our soul's purpose. Dear ones, endings are not meant to be feared or mourned, but rather celebrated. They provide the transformative power to emerge stronger, wiser, more aligned with your true selves. By embracing the infinite potential that new beginnings offer, you can embark on a journey of self-discovery, of personal growth, and spiritual awakening. Trust in the divine plan, surrender to the flow of life, and embrace the beauty of endings, for they hold the key to unlocking the boundless potential that awaits you. Dear angels, thank you. Today I promise to go into new adventures with an element of excitement at the potential. I love this message. And you're probably hearing noise, and that would be Little Bit. Little Miss Sage has found a string, and she is having a blast with it this morning. So she is under the table, and who knows what she is, what she's doing under there. I can't see her. The chair's got her blocked from me. But yeah, she's a little ball of fire this morning. But I love this message because many times we think of an ending and we get sad, or we mourn the fact that it is ending, that something is done. And I was that way yesterday. I've been taking a PR and marketing course, and I've spent hours in this course. It was very intense. We had a boot camp for 3 days this week, and it ended yesterday. And the teacher, she's amazing, first of all. She's one of the best ever in that field. And she was in tears because we were ending the course. We were ending our time together. And I was very touched by her emotions of not having us with her as a group. There are many that will be working with her one-on-one, but to not have that group cohesion anymore, and it was like a loss. It's like, oh, you mean we're not going to come back tomorrow? You know, but sometimes we do that. We mourn what we know that it's ending and is not going to be the same. But it doesn't mean that ending is a bad thing. It meant that the time together meant something, that it had value. And it's that way when we lose a person from our life through death. That it doesn't mean that that didn't have value. The more we grieve, the deeper we grieve. That just means the more we loved and gave of ourselves, and now it's going to be different. All right. I don't know what she's doing or what she's trying to get into. But she's very noisy this morning. And there's our Auntie Jean. Good morning, Auntie Jean. And yes, another yay for another day. That's right, Andrea. A December day. And now we have 31 days ahead of us to make this year spectacular, don't we? We have a means to really celebrate every day of December and make it memorable as we close out 2023. And Kathy says, my Friday is extremely happy. I'm expecting some new outdoor Christmas decorations. Plus, Marlena got her first full paycheck at work, and she's very excited. But please pray for her as she has pain in her ear. It might be an infection. All right. What is going on? I put the other cat outside just so I wouldn't have them fighting and have noise. And she decides that, yeah, you're going to have noise anyway, lady. So, okay, back to you all. Yes, we will definitely be lifting up Marlena and sending healing energy her way. She wants her presence known. She does. She's such a little twerp, man. Hi. And she is so curious, and she thinks that she's missing out on something. Oh my gosh. She's going to examine it and figure out if it's something that she wants. Good morning, Catherine DeSanti. Good morning, Mama Hada Bear, Kathleen Caputo. Hey, get out of there. I've had some curious... Oh, she likes to attack my feet, too. That's the other thing. So I have to make sure that I don't move my feet while she's examining things around me. Otherwise, it's a toy. Well, at least I'm entertained while I'm at Leo's. It's not boring here at all. So let's see what Kuan Yin has to say and see if she has a message about looking at endings in a way that's it's a good thing. Endings are a good thing, and it means that we have potential for whatever now shows up for us Okay, I think I might have just disappeared for a minute. Sage says, I don't need any help to make noise. I have catitude. Oh my gosh, that really describes this cat for sure. Now she's playing with my wand. Oh, she's going to try to eat the wand. Okay. So those of you who haven't seen my wand, this is my queen wand, the queen of peace. So I'll give her something to play with for just a minute. Good morning, Annie. All right, what does Kuan Yin want us to know? And it looks like it's that one. Her hand gentles the war. I'm going to see if I can lure her out from under the table so she's not making so much noise. No matter how much chaos there seems to be in your world, trust it. It is just what is necessary to move you into the right place at the right time for what is meant to be in your future. When it is no longer needed, her hand shall gentle and end the war. I so love this card. I want everybody in the world to read this card because, you know, we focus on conflict. We focus on areas where there's fighting and where war is happening or very imminent to be happening. But this says no matter what it looks like, it's just what's necessary to move us into the right place at the right time. So anything that's going on, we might deem it to be bad, right? Give it that label. But if we can just look at it as neutral and not go into the energy of good and bad, up and down. I know we live in a dualistic world, but if we can just come to a place of 0 point, that's the place we want to be. We want to not be going constantly into whichever way the wind blows. If it's a good day or a bad day, it can be a day, and start from there and stay in that peace, stay in just the knowingness that it's whatever we make of it. We decide what that day is going to look like. And Sally, I just wrote about this in my Good Morning Post, Ends Enlightenment, Endings and Beginnings. Yeah, that's the blog for today, and I hope that you all will read that, because, you know, I read it out loud here on the morning show, but for me, I'm just talking personally for me, I like seeing the words, and I love it when I can see the words while they're being read. That helps it to sink in. Any of our senses that we can put into something, the more of them we use, seeing, hearing, feeling, it makes the message so much clearer, doesn't it? And you really get what's being said, instead of maybe just hearing it and not catching all of it. And Sally says, illusions are always there to teach us not to take things at face value. Yeah. And when we look at what's real, what is real, and what is that illusion? I wish I could turn my camera on her. She is so cute. Let me see if I can show her. All right, where are you, little bit? Here she is. So this is what's happening while I'm talking to you guys. She is a very curious kitty. Very much active this morning, and she wanted to be part of the morning show. So everybody say hello to Sage. She is Sage. She's wise beyond her little months that she has been on the planet. I think she's been here many times, and she knows the ropes. So anybody else have Fridays today? You know, the yays lift us up. The yays let us know that you're experiencing something joyful, and we can get behind that joy. We can jump right in there with you and celebrate, because that's what we do. We don't have feelings like jealousy because you're doing something great. We celebrate along with you. We want you to do good. And that's the beauty of this family, is we know that it's all a win-win. If you're doing good, then that makes us happy. And I love that about this family. So any more yays? Don't be shy and don't be quiet this morning. We only heard a couple, but thank you to those who did share your yays. All right, so I guess we will just do readings from the tiny book, since it's such a quiet group. I feel like I need to whisper so I don't wake you up. Oh, you got your license, Annie. Oh, that's so beautiful. I am so proud of you, and that's a big yay. We all are celebrating that yay with you. And you want page 24. Okay. And what weekend plans do you all have? I like to hear what people have going on when you don't have the work happening, right? And just see what you do with your free time. And Sally, I know you and Tony will be working, and I hope it's a very lucrative time. These are the big shopping days for people. You know, retail really does good this time of year. And so I hope for the best for you and for its enlightenment. Page 24. And this is for Annie Banani and anybody else who this resonates with. A gift can come in many forms. It can be as simple as a hug, a kind word, a cup of coffee, or a precious item. When you are open to receive the gift, your heart assigns it a value. So, yeah, gifts. Hang on, my microphone is being flaky. All right. So the gifts that we get, I don't know that, I'm trying to remember if I've ever gotten a gift that I'm going, okay, you know, because we assign the value to it. You know, it could be something simple. It could be a penny. It could be a word. And we choose, are we going to value that? Are we going to look at that and look at it like the world values it? Or are we going to look at that like, wow, look at what I've got. Look at what was given to me. I think many times we do that with money, don't we? We look at a dollar bill and we value it and see it differently than if we had been given a $5 bill. But, you know, Abraham says it's just as easy to manifest a castle as it is a button. So if you manifested somebody giving you that dollar bill, that's just the same as if you were putting energy out to manifest $1,000 or $1 million. You put the same energy into it. And so be grateful for whatever it is that shows up. When we can be grateful for the, quote, little things, and that's a value, that's a judgment we place on it, then we can see more showing up for us. It's in the value that we put, the holding it as something valuable, and then we'll start seeing more of those dollar bills or higher denominations. I had a grandfather-in-law once that was so amazingly wise, and we would play a card game. And if any of us around the table complained about the cards that were in our hand, which if you play cards, you know that's going to happen. I'm not happy with this hand. Can I have another hand, please? Can I have more cards, please? And he would just laugh, and he would look at us and say, well, when you get good at playing with those, then you can have more. So, and his philosophy about life was like that. You know, whatever you have, whatever shows up for you, get good playing with that. Get good knowing it and wrapping your brain around the fact that you have something, instead of, oh, I wish I had better, I wish I had more. Anybody relate to that? It's like really seeing what you have, everything that you have in your life, as valuable, and not wishing that it was something different, but valuing it and loving it just as it is. And let's see what other pages I'm going to. Page 8 for Sally. And Sally says, thank you. I've got big news about Zenlightenment and its future that I'm sharing on my card reading videos this week. Oh, awesome, Sally. Congratulations, whatever that may be. All right, page 8, I think is the page. As soon as you make that conscious decision to relinquish control of how your desire is going to manifest itself, you open the door to possibility. Yes, this goes right along with what the angels shared with us, doesn't it? Relinquish all of those thoughts and expectations of what it's going to look like as we go into this month. Just let go of any expectation of how you see it happening and allow it to surprise you. Allow the fruition of it and what's going to come forth from it. Okay, so Auntie Jean. Okay, and she's back down there tearing up something. We're putting up with kitty cat noise this morning, for those of you who might have missed that at the beginning. And Auntie Jean says, here's our Friday funny. I need to apologize to you all. Last night I was trying to say at chanting that we were all part of a peace movement, but unfortunately I said we're all part of a pea movement. Couldn't figure out why Karen was laughing hysterically. I hope you all have a sense of humor. I think we do have a sense of humor, and yes, I think you had to be there. It was so funny in that moment. And poor Jean, she couldn't figure out why it was funny and why we were laughing, and until the light bulb went on and she finally got it. So yeah, that was a sweet moment together that was so innocent. And don't you love that? Don't you love that it's the things that come out so innocently and that can strike us in such a hilarious way? I love that when I would watch something like I Love Lucy reruns, and you know, things were so innocent, but yet they were so hilarious at the same time. And that's what that moment was like last night. It was like being on an episode of I Love Lucy. So Auntie Jean, we're laughing with you and not at you for sure. And Sally says, as Tony was speaking in questionable doubt, you pulled that message out, and all we could do was smile. So thank you. You are so welcome. Yes, go into it with just a spirit of curiosity. What's the best that can happen? You know, sometimes when we know that there's going to be a particular experience that happens, we're going into a test or into an interview or something that we really have high hopes for it. Let go of that expectation and then ask, what's the best that could happen? And leave it open for that. So let's go into December with that attitude. You know, we have, like I said, we got 31 days to really celebrate. 31 days to be inundated with miracles and with awe and wonder. So can you type that in? What's the best that can happen in December? And let's look at it in that way, where we're not putting any of our control on it. We're not putting anything from us that says it's going to be this way or it has to be this way. We're just opening it up to Spirit, opening it up to what is possible for this month. What is the best that can happen in December? And I'm going into it with that attitude. When I wrote the blog last night and I was listening to Spirit and I was feeling that door cracking open for December, I wanted to just fling it wide open and say, hello world, hello December, welcome. What you got for me? What is the best that you have for me? And what's the best that can happen in these coming days as we close out a year and reflecting back over the year, and beautiful things have happened this year. Absolutely amazing energy has come forth. And I know for a lot of you, there's things that were so big in your life. You know, there were some endings. We had a lot of loss this year. And somebody call in our Ricky, please. What's the best that can happen if we get Ricky in here? Maybe Josie will show up. So everything that we go into, what's the best that can happen in that situation? And Sally, Saturday Night Live and Laugh-In, was that for me? It was for me too, Sally. Not so much Saturday Night Live. I like it. It's kind of a different humor, but it is funny. But Laugh-In, oh my gosh, Laugh-In keeps you rolling in every moment as they do those crazy, hilarious stunts and one-liners that they do. So is nobody going into the energy with me? Just type it into the comment. If you can go into December with eyes wide open, arms wide open, and say, what's the best that can happen in December? What is it that can come forth for me that I can really keep a smile on my face as I end out this chapter, this life of 2023, and put it to bed and welcome in something that's spectacularly new. So I'll go into it all by myself, but I'd love to have you all along with me, really looking at December as an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to really see what we can accomplish together. I've got things in the works for 2024, so I'm already seeing that energy showing up. Starting in January, in just a little over a month from now, I will be holding a 3-month course, a kind of a mini mastermind course for 3 months, working on empowerment, how to become more empowered. And don't you want that in your life? To learn how to deal with those emotions, to help yourself understand what you do and the way to go into it with confidence, and looking at emotions that show up for you as something that we can wrap our brain around and say, oh, hi, I see you. I see you fear. I see you anxiety. I see you sadness. And then learn how to deal with it and how to work with it. Sally's with me. What's the best that can happen in December? So if you want that energy going into this new month, if you can type, there's some of you that may be at work or in the car. Understand that you can't do that. But if you can type on your keyboard or on your phone, I want you to have that in front of you. I want you to have that emotion coming from you. What's the best that can happen in December? And just look at each day then showing up in a miraculous way for you. And Sally says, the loss of my mom in April was a ripple effect of breaking family curses. It was freeing, liberating. Every ending is an opportunity for a different way of looking at things, for an opening. There are closings and there are openings. So, okay. Let's go to any prayer requests that you might have. And I still have Curious Kitty at my feet. And Auntie Jean says, I love British humor. It's subtle this December. I am manifesting great growth and understanding and laughter and love all month long. Snow on Christmas would be nice. Those are good visualizations, Jean. I love that. So what's the best that can happen? What is the best that can happen for you in December? And did you warm up? I know you were cold there for a little bit. It's almost hot here already this morning. We had a few days of reprieve from heat. We had a few days that it was in the 60s and the 50s, and that was nice here in South Florida. It was a nice little break. So let me see if I can calm her energy again while we go into our prayers. So if you have anything going on, I have not heard from Leo for a couple of days, so I'm not sure what's going on with his mom. The last I heard, they were taking her to the hospital. And so let's keep her lifted up in our prayers. And Deirdre, oh my gosh, Deirdre, I love you so much and lift you up every day. And I was thinking about what's going on with your eye. And Auntie Jean, you just went through something with your eye where it just did something funky, and it was, I believe it was blood, like blood looking, like that redness in it. Well, somebody that I know sent a picture in one of the group conversations about 4 people out on the West Coast that woke up and there was stuff going on with their eye. And he posted a picture of his eye, and it reminded me, Jean, of when you had that going on with yours. And it's from energy, from this intense energy that's coming in, and it's affecting a lot of people in their physical eyes. So, yeah, I don't know what that's all about. My eyes have been a little fuzzy, so I've found myself wearing my glasses more than just for reading purposes, and still kicking myself in the butt because I don't have an eye appointment while I'm here this time, and too late now because I'm leaving here on Monday, so I won't get the opportunity to do that. And Deirdre, thank you for your daily prayer for us, prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace and attention to human trafficking through Save Someone's Child. And myself. Yes, indeed. I have to tell you, there's no accidents or coincidences, you guys. Every day I get pleasantly surprised by what shows up for me. And this workshop that I attended yesterday, like I said, was the last day, and we would do breakout rooms and go into smaller groups to talk to people. The last breakout that I was in, 2 other people were working with human trafficking, and I got some huge leads to what people are doing, and collaborative opportunities to work with them in what they're already doing. So yeah, I know the angels placed me in that particular room so I could make those connections. And I got some people signing up to be a guest on the Peapod. So I'm excited about that, and have some really great information to come out in the next month or so. And continue to pray for our Hope Wellington Marshall. Absolutely. Thank you. And Sally, prayers for all our families, for ourselves. And yes, our eyes are weird right now as our vision is being opened to infinite possibilities. Yeah, it really is. All right. So I encourage all of you to think about your intention for this month. My intention is to have the best that can happen show up for me in every day, for every day to be full of miracles, to be full of things that are lighting the path that I'm on and showing me more and more opportunities to collaborate, to grow, to work with other people, and to do more land blessings. I'm going to be doing one in December as we go up to the land area, and I don't have the date for it yet, but there will be one. And I know that I shared the YouTube for the last land blessing that took place in Virginia. So if you missed that one, it is there on Angel Speakers. That's my YouTube channel, and you can go to my playlist of the Peace on Earth tour and see all the land blessings that have been done there. And Auntie Jean says, you know what would be the best thing this month? It would be in our efforts for peace continue is that the wars will stop. Yeah, I know that there was a ceasefire for a few days, and didn't we love that? I did. I loved the knowingness that there were no lives at danger during that time. And I'm intending that every day it's going to remain calm. Every day the leaders are going to be looking at how to peacefully resolve their differences. So thank you for that, Jean, and thank you for that. Wouldn't it be great if, and what is the best that can happen? So let's go into our hearts and think about the best that can happen with anything that's going on in your own life. If it's a physical issue, a mental, emotional, or spiritual issue, wouldn't it be great if everything were working perfectly? And what's the best that can happen with this human body and with our emotional body, in learning how to navigate through this thing called life, and having someone in our life to help reflect back to us and help us to see our magnificence. And that's what we do for each other here. We help each other see our magnificence. All right, so I don't know what's going on the wall beside of me, but there's an interesting looking interesting design happening there. I know some of it is the light coming through the window, but I don't know what the big blob of white is. But I think that maybe our Ricky has something to do with that this morning. So let's go into the heart with the breath. Invite that energy in of possibility, potential, miracles. Just speak it out loud if you can, or speak it with your inside voice, that you would like for the best that could happen to show up for you. What is that? What does it look like? And maybe you don't even know. Maybe you don't have a clear picture of what it is that would be the best that could happen. But just put that energy out to the universe. It's my intention in these coming days that we're closing out a year for the best that can happen to show up, to be excited every day about life and about what comes forth. And let's do the same thing with the prayer requests. Anyone who's going through something right now, physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally, let's just intend for the very best that can happen to come forth in each situation, and ask that our Creator answer those prayers that we lift up for the best and highest good of that person and of all of us. And as we place each other in that circle, just envision you're holding hands. Just reach out and grab somebody's hand on both sides of you. Let's form a big circle this morning and let that energy flow between your heart and the person next to you. And say to them, visualize this with me. We're standing in a circle. And just say, from my heart to your heart, I love you. And then pass it along around the circle, and it will come back to you, to where you gave it out, it's expanded, and now you're receiving it back in your heart, full of love, full of joy, full of unlimited potential. And as a group, let's pour that energy into our planet, into our Mama Gaia, and say, what's the best that can happen on this planet? As we end this year, what is the best that can happen? And we intend for that to come to fruition. How beautiful you all are this morning. Just take a look at the energy of everyone here. And aren't we beautiful as we shine our lights and shine from our hearts and give love to each other from the heart? So let's do that. We end that way every day. We put those words up so you know what they are for anybody that might be new. We say this every day. Thank you. I love you. Thank you, Auntie Jean, for leading us off. And let's see if we can get our Leo singing to us. Maybe that'll calm down little Sage if she hears her daddy's voice. All right, Sage, pay attention. There it is. Okay. That was a little loud. Come on, come on. Full of joy and full of love. AAA. Missing our Marietta. I hope she's having a great time out on the water. Cuppa full of joy. Accept, align, allow. AAA, y'all. There's our blue. Blue. We got Leo on here, blue. Woo! Thank you, Leo. And just as I predicted, that calmed down the little kitty when she heard her daddy's voice singing. I think they're really missing him, and he'll be back soon. A few more days, and Dad will be home. And then I think they're really going to tell him all about it. And they're going to tell him about this strange lady that gave them lots of treats. Yeah, I think they're probably going to tell on me. That's okay. Because I'll leave him a supply that he can share with them, and I think things will smooth over when he does that. Oh, thank you, Andrea. All right, so let's get out of here. 1 o'clock today, 10 million for World Peace Meditation, and I hope that you all can be there to support that effort to keep that war at bay and let hostilities die out, and let the leaders come to an understanding and an agreement without any more loss of life, without any more of that hostility going on. So let's all hold that intention. What is the best that can happen? I see the ending of all that conflict as one of the best things that can happen in our world. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a blessed, beautiful Friday and December, whatever it brings your way. I hope that it just warms your heart, and that you look at everything that happens and look at the value of it as something miraculous and spectacular, because that's what you are. So have a great day, everyone. I will see you later. Namaste, y'all.